Soviet forces have shattered the PLA lines and continue to surge forward on land, capturing most of the territory on the peninsula. At sea, Soviet warships have had minor setbacks due to the fanatical resistance of the PLAN. Despite these minor setbacks, the Soviet Navy continues to surge forward, as Soviet commanders are well aware of the situation the Chinese find themselves in. Shadik anti-ship missiles rain in from the Yellow Sea. Soviet missile boats to the east continue to engage merchant ships that are desperately trying to evacuate. The goal for the People's Liberation Army Navy is to get as many of the civilians off the peninsula as possible, despite the Soviet targeting of freighters. 2 resupply ships have sailed from Yutani and hopefully will reach it to Dalian unscathed. The chances of this are minimal, and even with this additional supply, the PLA will only be able to hold out for a few more days at maximum. Hello everybody, Wolfpack here, and welcome back to part 2 of the Dalian evacuation mission as we play as the PLAN, trying to bloody the Soviets with whatever we can. And we've lost a whole bunch, but thankfully we have a Romeo in position to engage. Let's reduce speed to 1/3, and we are going to target these 2 Cashin class destroyers. Now we have weight-combing torpedoes. We are well within range. Fire 1 and fire 2. We're going to fire 1 each at each of these targets. Actually, you know what? We're going to fire more than just 1. There we go. Let's fire 2. There we go. Let them have it. Oh gosh. More anti-ship missiles. Okay, is that all 4 torpedoes? It's only 3, that's what I thought. Fire another one. With that Cashin. Let's take a look. Anti-ship missiles heading for a gearing. One of our gearings already got taken out by these Styx anti-ship missiles, and now we have 2 more. Maybe the chaff will distract them. Are they going to go for the chaff? It does not look like they will. Nope. Hit directly amidships. And the second one hit the ship. All right, that's 2 competent platforms taken care of that we have now lost. Any more anti-ship missiles out here? Nope. Well, we have MiG-21s flying overhead. If we take out these Cashins, that'll be nice. Our primary objective here is to get these civilians down to the south and this resupply group up north. Come on, take out a MiG. SA-2 missed. Clearly. Okay. Continuing to try to engage this MiG-17. Just a single one heading down to the south. We'll see what they try to take out. There is a submarine down here which took out one of our freighters. Let's have these merchants change course. All ahead standard. Let's get the heck out of here. This is an absolute disaster for our forces. We need this. These 2 Cashins sinking, we absolutely need it. If we don't take them out, then man, this was just a curb stomping. These contacts closing in is not very good. Who knows what they could be. The group to the south has been largely destroyed. Let's turn north. So there is that. That is good. It's just up north we are having a real hard time. We just have a Romeo who was hit. Oh, more torpedoes hitting our merchant ships. 2 torpedoes struck her. I'm guessing this other one's about to get hit as well. And it was just hit by another torpedo. 3 torpedoes struck that freighter. That is the second freighter loaded with civilians that is now going down. We just have 2 Patia 2s and 1 Romeo left. I can't believe the gearings were just destroyed like that. Generally, Chaff is better at fooling those Styx anti-ship missiles, but we got rather unlucky that time, didn't we? That being said, these Cashins are going to be on the receiving end of this. They are going to get hit by these 2 torpedoes. We have this other noise contact, which our Romeo may be able to engage. How? Okay, they're abandoning. They're abandoning another merchant ship. Is there a torpedo on this 1-6? I would not be surprised. Come to a complete stop. They might be weight calmers. Well, they definitely are weight calmers, actually. There's a sub right in this area, and there is nothing I can do about it. More anti-ship missiles. SSN-3s heading towards probably this Patia, possibly. Or the resupply group. It looks like the Soviets aren't very happy about these torpedoes closing in on them. They are firing RBUs at our torpedoes. Hopefully they don't manage to actually blow one up. I think they did. Nope. Nope, they're okay. This torpedo looks good. It does look like it is going to find the wake of that target. It's going to pass right behind it and acquire that. Looks like these torpedoes are doing pretty well too. ASW torpedoes have been dropped. Change course. Go very deep. Very deep. Increase speed to standard. Hey, you know what? We'll take this small victory. 2 Cashin class destroyers. Oh, look, they're firing all their torpedoes into the water. That was brutal. Well, hopefully we're able to outrun those. It's looking good, though. Come on. Get them. There we go. They are going down. We have 2 more closing in on this other one, and those look brutal. Those are going to hit for sure. It's too late. There's no way. They may manage to blow one of them up with RBUs, but they are not going to get both of them, not at this range. Who is sinking? Okay, one of our torpedoes was intercepted. New visual contact. Okay. Yeah, lots of torpedoes in the water. 2 set 65 torpedo. Big spread. That is not good.
Turn to course. Turn to course. Loading beyond control.
We'll see. They're all saying abandoning ship, but this one's about to get hit. Let's watch. Come on. There's no way. There we go. Fantastic. We have lost pretty much all of our assets, but we still managed to give the Soviets a bloody nose here, taking out 2 of their largest destroyers. Everything else is just small OSAs and such.
Track 7-1.
These incoming torpedoes are really close to us. We are going to surface. Surface the boat. Hopefully we'll throw off these torpedoes. All ahead flank. I would like this Romeo to stay alive, if at all possible, because we are not outrunning these set 65 torpedoes. Not at this distance. There is no chance we are doing that. So let's just hit the surface. Hopefully throw them off. Drop some noisemakers. And hopefully we don't eat an anti-ship missile doing this. Okay, everything, it looks like this Shersen's turned around. The resupply group may actually make it. We may make it. We may have delayed them long enough. This Patia 2 needs to increase speed all ahead flank up to the north. Noise down here. 8 knots. That's weird. Are we on the surface? Getting there. Come on. Please surface. Oh, look at that. Look at those ships burning back there. You love that. How cool is this? Okay, coming up to the surface. Well, our Romeo is on the surface, and hopefully that throws off those set 65 torpedoes. Not much else we can really do about it. And there's a cannon in here, and that just launched a bunch of anti-ship missiles. I wonder what they fired at. If they fired at the submarine, that is going to be really funny. Let's hope they didn't, though. Let's hope they did not do that. Look at that thing go down over there. Let's turn. Brace it. Yes, I mast. Set 65 torpedo. Yeah, it's way down here. Searching for a sub, but we are on the surface. Oh, they are shooting at the sub. Change course, get ready to dive. Lower the mast. That is crazy that they fired at the sub. Okay, dive. Shallow depth. Submerge the boat. We have submerged, and I think that little maneuver may have saved us. All ahead 1/3. No more cavitation. I think that might have saved that boat. We do have a Patia 2 closing in. We'll be able to hit that. These set 65s are a problem. They're nice and deep. Well, lucky for our Romeo, it does look like she managed to give all the torpedoes the slip. She's going to change course and close in on that Patia, which is a target she may be able to take out with one of her remaining waycombing torpedoes. Well, unfortunate news, we have a pair of MiG-17s flying from North Vietnam heading this way. And the scenario, North Vietnam is engaged in the war with China. Does look like they are cruising. We fired some missiles from our SA-2. And it looks like it whiffed. Let's see what they're actually going to go for. This SA-2 site should be able to shoot more. I'm surprised they're not going a little faster than this. And this isn't good. Anti-ship missile has been fired at the evacuation group here. And they have nothing they can do to defend themselves. It looks like this is pretty much a massacre, and the Soviets are just going to wipe up whatever is left at this point. MiG-17s are going to come in and finish the job. Once again, lucky that those were fired outside of minimum range. Shocking, really. SA-2 is firing at the MiGs. Missed. MiGs are continuing to just fly right on by. Let's take a look at our Romeo. Waycombing torpedoes still outside of range. We are just crawling down here, not going to rush into things. And we'll see if these contacts will be able to make it to their respective ports. Well, this is not good. We have detected Shaddocks launched from the south somewhere here. 2 of them fired up towards the resupply group. Additionally, those MiGs were just detected. We've lost contact on them. You guys have your radars on? Flip them on. There they are. Nice and close. They are most definitely going to bomb us if they get the opportunity. I mean, at least we gave them a bloody nose here. And we absolutely are going to sink this Patia 2, but man, this is pretty brutal at this point. It's just the Soviets hammering home. I wonder, hopefully the MiGs actually choose to engage here. Yeah, they are throttling up. And I say hopefully because I just don't want the AI to fly on by and do nothing. Because they can absolutely just continue to wipe us out at this point. We're like fish in a barrel. Shaddocks have dropped down to the deck and are racing towards our last warship. I do believe, besides, of course, our Romeo. Also, it looks like the MiGs increase speed and are heading down this way as well to engage these ships. So they are just trying to hit these merchant ships with all they got. I mean, granted, it's 3 of our merchant ships all in one area. Let's see here. Patia is opening fire. If we're lucky, maybe it'll... Well, honestly, out of everything, I hope it eats these Shaddocks and not the merchant ships. And wow, they took it out. They managed to hit one. Okay, we have another one coming in. More anti-ship missiles. I think they're just calling out this one here at 300 feet. Let's see if those 3-inch guns managed to get a hit, and they did. Wow, incredibly lucky. Very, very lucky. MiG spotted coming in towards the merchant ships. That one's popping up right there. I think this one's popping up. Oh boy. I think this might be it for our poor merchant ships. Is he gonna drop his bombs on them? Dive bomb? Yep, sure is. Oh no. Bombs away. Yeah, hit directly amidships. Alright, that's one merchant ship taken care of. They took that one out. That other one's about to get bombed. Oof. And they still have more bombs. The Patia is doing whatever she can to try to cause problems. All 3 merchant ships have been hit with bombs by those MiG-17s. Patia is firing. This resupply ship back here, this roll-on, roll-off ship, is still unscathed. They still have bombs, though. Look at that. They did not even utilize all their bombs. The hostile Patia is closing in on our Romeo. We are going to fire a single weight combing torpedo. Actually, let's fire 2 at that target. There we go. 2 torpedoes heading their way. We're going to turn away and try to disengage. More aircraft are coming in to pick off the rest of our ships. I'm sure this will be one of the last strikes they do. It looks like a lot of the other warships are turning away, probably after taking relatively heavy losses. I mean, 2 cash-ins, a few other boats, especially down here, all these Shersons. Definitely not great for the Soviets. Took a lot of damage finishing us off here. Obviously, you're not supposed to win this mission, as you can tell. It's pretty much supposed to see, like, what can you do with all of this opposition thrown at you. And, you know, there's still a chance that some of these merchants actually make it to their ports. So, hopefully, if this evacuation group, this one ship here, makes it, I will be happy. As long as, if one freighter makes it, that's good enough for me. We'll see, though. These hostile aircraft, yeah, they're at Angels 3, going 400 knots. And there's an air base up here somewhere. They keep launching sorties just to bomb these merchants. Hopefully, we manage to take out at least one more Soviet warship with us, though. Well, the Patia did manage to evade those 2 Wakeholders. I'm going to fire one more. We also have another hostile formation moving up this way. I'd like to save one and fire them off in their direction. But, we got to destroy the threat that's most immediate here. She just ran to the southwest to evade. And they did a good job at it. More hostile warships. Yeah, this is a big group. They're all turning around. And it looks like these aircraft are just heading south. I don't know what they're heading for. This way-combing torpedo may actually have a shot. It is closing in and looking good. They did fire RBUs at it. And they did nothing. This is going right for her screws. There we go. Impact. Got him. Awesome. Alright, that is another ship destroyed. This Romeo. One last defiant act. All ahead standard. We're heading towards this group, and we are going to fire off our last torpedo. Go deep. Go deep, move in. Let's cause some chaos. So, because of the submarine in the area, I ordered this Patia 2 to start using its active sonar, and we got something. 14 nautical miles away. We are going to close in on that rapidly. All ahead flank. Let's get ready to engage that sub. Mark its position here. And it is heading southeast towards the resupply group. I am glad we actually managed to find that. Those MiGs are heading back home. I do believe they actually bombed Antani back here. Is it on fire? Oh, yep, sure is. Yep, so they did bomb this factory, these facilities down here. And then, not something I'm super concerned with, but we do want to hit this sub. That's pretty much all we got. I want this ship to redirect. Head up that way. Don't want that sub to take anything else out. Our submarine, on the other hand, is preparing to fire its last torpedo at that cannon. I do want it to get closer before we fire. There's a good chance it's not going to acquire the cannon, but that is clearly the target. That is absolutely what I would like to sink. And our SA-2 is out of missiles. And so is this one over. Oh no, this one does have missiles. I don't know why you're not. Shoot that MiG. Weapons free. Let's fire. If you can splash a MiG, that'd be great. We'll take whatever victory we can. We were picking up noise here, 38 knots. That's definitely not something that is friendly. It's moving in this way. I think this MiG is going to be able to avoid that SA-2 relatively easily. He's flying nice and low. Whoa! Yeah, close, but no. Yeah, just whiffed. Our Romeo is in range. We are going to fire. Last Wakeholmer in the tubes. Fire at that cannon. Is this going to be a stern tube? Nope, it was a bow tube. All right, there we go. All right. We are going to blow something up in this formation. We are going to sink that sub, and our ships are going to make it to their respective ports. Not too bad. Overall, we forced the Soviets to turn around, so there is that, and maybe delayed their capture of this peninsula for 10 hours. Unfortunately, we have lost a lot of ships, a lot of merchant ships. I mean, 3 of them here, this whole evacuation convoy, a couple up here, and yeah, a lot of resupply ships, unfortunately for us. The cannon is trying to intercept our Wakeholmer with RBUs. Those are close. It's breaking through. It got close to the cannon. It's acquired its wake. That is one heck of a shot. I'm glad it did not acquire the wake of some other OSA or worthless ship. We are making this a costly endeavor for the USSR. Come on, swing back to the right. You can do it, little torpedo. Oh, it may be going off. Okay, phew. About to say, it may actually acquire an OSA or something. This looks... There we go. All of the big ships that the Soviets have brought against us have been hit by a torpedo and most likely have gone down. I do think this ship will succumb with one torpedo hit. Looks like she's already slowing down to a crawl, taking on lots of water in the stern. With that complete, our Romeo is going to turn away and find some safe harbor. We got the official report. She is going down. A whole bunch of torpedoes were launched towards this Romeo. However, she has evaded them successfully. She is now turned away and making her way out of the area. She will survive to fight another day. Our Petya has closed in on the submerged contact. We are picking it up. It is hostile. I don't think they've fired any torpedoes at us, but we're going to find out. That being said, they are in RBU range. Let them have it. And our second one can go ahead and fire at him as well. Okay, RBUs have been fired at the sub. We can fire our ASW torpedoes as well. They just reported we hit the sub. We hit them with RBUs. I think that was just the first pattern. Second pattern is landing way out there now. Hopefully we caused some more serious damage there. Looking pretty darn good though. Let's fire one torpedo. It just fired through the ship. That's a funny little bug. RBUs have a minute to reload. We just got the report. The submarine is sinking. She is going down. There we go. So the coast is clear for the rest of our ships to make the journey. The Soviets have turned around and are heading back. 2 ships carrying civilians will make it to Yantani, and one of the resupply ships will make it up to the north to assist the PLA. Following the recent end of the Sino-Soviet War, the politics of East Asia have changed significantly. Maoist China has been defeated, and the Soviet Union has annexed most of Manchuria, with mass deportations of ethnic Chinese from the region causing the largest refugee crisis since World War II. The Soviets have also installed a new Chinese government in Beijing, creating a puppet state to institute Sovietization throughout the country. The toll of the war on the Soviet economy has been severe, and the resource-rich region of Manchuria is marked with nuclear craters, making economic recovery decades away. The Red Army's casualties reached 400,000 killed in action, with 1 million more suffering from various wounds or radiation sickness. To win the war, the Red Army had pulled most of its troops from Europe, and anti-Soviet movements are gaining strength, with the Second Prague Spring seeming imminent. Some Western economists expect the country to experience an economic collapse within 5 to 10 years. However, others believe that the Kremlin will employ their post-World War II strategy of dismantling Chinese factories and shipping them back to the USSR. China, the world's most populated nation, would likely be reduced to becoming Soviet-controlled farmland. In Vietnam, the United States has fully occupied the North at great cost to American lives and has installed the South Vietnamese government in total control of the country. This barely democratic government is unpopular throughout the country, but remains in power through the backing of the United States. The Vietnam War is over, but a prolonged insurgency is just beginning. Many expect United States troops to be deployed in Vietnam in significant numbers for peacekeeping operations for several more years to come, unless additional anti-war protests finally force the US government's hand. Ignoring domestic US polls and approval ratings, the United States government has accelerated defense spending thanks to the Soviet threat. New bases are being constructed in Taiwan, South Korea, while Clark Air Base in Manila and American installations on Okinawa are getting ready for further expansion. A new phase of the Cold War has just begun, and it's yet to be seen if the Soviet Union is stronger than ever before or a paper tiger on its last legs. Well folks, that is going to do it for today's video. I quickly do want to thank Finish Jaeger for making these awesome missions and making a gripping story. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like and comment, as it really does help out the channel. But until next time, this is Wolfpack345 signing off, and I will see you all on the next one.